Hi everyone, it's Carly Moore with Remax. I wanted to talk today briefly about the rental process, as I know there's quite a few future renters out there, and I wanted to give you guys some information that hopefully would be helpful in preparing for that time when you would be looking for a rental. I think it's a bit of a misconception that people believe that real estate agents don't work with rentals. We do. It's not a huge part of our business. We generally work with people who are buying and selling homes, but we do help people that are looking to rent a property and also landlords who are looking to rent out their property. So I've had the pleasure of working with some people lately who are looking for rentals, and I've tried to compile the information that I've been giving to them into this video so that hopefully it would be helpful for other people who are going to be looking for rentals soon. So the first piece of information I wanted to give you guys was, I think it's very important that before you start looking at rentals that you gather the information that you're going to need to submit with an offer when you find the rental property that you like. So those documents include the rental application, which is a standard form that any real estate agent has access to. It's basically your information such as your name, your address, your social insurance number, what debts you have, like if you have a car payment and that kind of stuff. They also want references, so past landlords, your employer, a good family friends. They want somebody that they can contact to verify who you are and if you're a good person. Also, they will want an employment letter. So a letter from your employer stating how long you've worked with the company, what your yearly salary is, or if you're hourly paid, so what's your hourly rate and how many hours do you work a week. So they will want all that information from your employer and your employer's contact information. The next one is the biggest one that people tend to get scared off by, but it's your credit check. So you'll need to go to equifax.ca. There's some other venues or avenues that you can get your credit check, but I always suggest Equifax. I think it's about $25 to get a full credit report, and it's essentially a 6-page document that breaks down what your credit score is. So it can range between 300 and 900. So 900 being the best credit score that somebody could have. So obviously if you're on the higher end, it's looked more favorably upon for landlords. But I do suggest, even if you're not looking at renting anytime soon, I think that it's a good idea to yearly just check your credit score anyways. There can be mistakes. And if those mistakes aren't caught and removed from your credit score, they can continue to hurt your credit score, which is not something you want. So the landlord will want to see the full credit report, the full six-page report that goes into detail about what debts you have outstanding and if you've made payments on time. So if you're thinking that you'd like to rent in the next couple of years, now would be a very good time to start making consistent payments towards your car loan or your Visa, your MasterCard, whatever it is, because you do want that to show up well on your credit report. You don't want it to show that you've been late in paying. The other thing to keep in mind is that the credit report is updated every couple months. So if you just paid off your car loan, for example, 2 weeks ago and print off your credit report, it's likely not going to show. So you want to give it a couple months for Equifax to be able to update your credit score from the time that you've actually paid off your loans. The last thing that I would want to say that you would need to do in order to, once you find the place that you like and once the offer is accepted, you'll also need to get tenant insurance. So that protects against your personal belongings. It's generally about $300 a year, I believe, and a landlord will require that you carry your own insurance because you will not be covered under the landlord's insurance. So you'll want to get tenant's insurance, and you can get it through your bank or your insurance provider. I believe it's about $300 a year. And also the checks. So you'll need to provide, for example, if you put an offer in on a property, let's say tonight, within 24 hours from tonight, so tomorrow night, you would need to provide a deposit check for the first and last month's rent. So if you're renting an apartment for $1,500 a month, by tomorrow evening, you would need to provide a deposit check for $3,000 to the landlord. So this is a sign of good faith and that you're committed to taking this apartment. Then just before you move in, you'll have to provide 10 post-dated checks that the landlord would then take in cash at the 1st or the 15th, whatever the arrangement is, of the month, and that's the way that you would pay your rent. The last thing is that most landlords do not like the idea of having pets or smokers. Most rental listings will state that the landlord does not want any pets or smokers. So if we work together, I always ask people up front if they have any pets or if they're smokers, because that's something that I would need to discuss with the landlord. Sometimes landlords are fine if the pets are, well behaved or small, but obviously they don't want two big dogs in their condo downtown Toronto that, it's their property and they're renting it out. So they want to make sure that it's well taken care of. Anyways, I know it's a lot of information, and the rental process can be a little bit daunting, but it doesn't have to be. And my belief is that if you are well prepared going into the process, which I try to make sure that all of my clients are, it can go really smoothly. It's just a lot of work up front to prepare all the documents. So if you're thinking of renting in the future, feel free to give me a call. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. And you can always email me at Karly, Karly, at KarlyMoore, MOORE.ca. I'm happy to answer any questions. Have a great day.